Hello again and welcome back to London. The OPEC meeting is around the corner and it's an extremely important event, one which could impact pretty much every part of the market. To get analysis, I've been speaking to Robert Montefusco from Sucden Financial. Well, we have this really important OPEC meeting coming up. Do you think OPEC's strategy is working at the moment? Because they've been so concerned about the impact of shale. They maintained production at the last meeting. Do you think the oil price has gone the direction that they wanted?
Oh, it definitely has gone the right direction. It's a clever game they're playing. They're trying to force the hand of the opposition, as they see it at the moment. And the opposition being the US, the Russians, what have you. Shale oil has been up there and it's been record production. The Saudis do not want to lose market share. That's where we are right now.
Yeah, but I'm just looking at the amount of oil that the US and Canada's producing. It hasn't actually changed. The amount of rigs producing oil has gone down, but the amount of oil they're producing is about the same. Wouldn't they like to see that figure go down a little bit more?
Well, they can look at it in a couple of ways. If they try and force the price lower, then it makes those countries uncompetitive with the prices, because oil down below $50 is not going to attract any investment in the US or in Canada. So I think the Saudis will try and keep their production high and probably force the production from Canada and the US to become lower.
Yeah, what about the internal politics in OPEC? Everyone just says it's the Saudis, but you have the Nigerians and Venezuelans, for example, who are going to want to see that oil price tick higher because their economies are very much more dependent on the outcome of this meeting.
Very much so, but Saudis being the main dominant force there. Like you say, you mentioned Nigeria, you mentioned Iraq. There's other meetings going on behind the scenes with Venezuela and Russia. They all want the price higher, but at the same time they want to keep their market share higher. I think what the Saudis are doing this time seems to be the correct method of keeping the price higher. The market has recovered from, if you're looking at Brent, from $51, $52, did reach $70. It's come back down to around $65. So the strategy seems to be working only because they're keeping market share and the US production is likely to be peaking and if not coming lower. So
what do you think is going to be the outcome from this meeting? There's a theory, I would say, that I know everyone's expecting it to maintain the same level, but wouldn't an increase in production really put more pressure on those shale producers?
It would, but I don't think they will go for that. I think they'll probably keep it at 30 million barrels. If they start looking at, and that could quite be catastrophic for the market. We might see the market come off even lower because they'll expect everyone to start increasing market share, and then the prices definitely will come down because where's the demand going to come from? If everyone's producing, someone's got to take it. Chinese are taking it because it's relatively cheap. They're not using all of it. A lot of it's going into strategic supplies over there. So producing a hell of a lot more will only lead to weaker prices.
Yes, so what do you expect will be the impact on oil prices after this meeting if we do get what we expect, a maintaining of the current level of production?
I think it's going to stay relatively in this range we're seeing at the moment, around $60, $65 basis Brent.
Yeah, what about the current summer impacts? We've got driving season in the US and also all those aircon units going on in the Middle East. Does that have an impact as well?
Well, US stocks are still very high, so we might see refining go up. So you'll have new products coming along which will be used. So that, because they've got so much stock, they need that to come down. So the market is expecting it to come down. The problem will be if it doesn't come down rapidly enough.
Well, thank you to Robert. Stay tuned for more of the same, but from London. Goodbye for now.